AJ, don't say what we doing out loud. Okay.
Over there selling
Girl, that woman is thirsty for me. You hear me? They still gonna find a way in. It's just been fun and entertaining to show how thirsty they are. I just been having fun with shutting down and coming back and running a bitch crazy. I just been having fun with it.
I look like I've been running
You
crazy
got
to
people
y'all.
in
Thank
her
you, Queen
comment section
Farts.
saying I'm obsessed with her.
Thank you, Natalie.
How many times has she shut down and started over today, Coco, to watch me?
None.
Girl,
Who's
she's so
obsessed
bad.
with who? You bitches give real thirsty and delusional. Anytime a bitch keep coming back and you're the reason why, girl, something wrong with y'all. But anyway, we gonna get into this interview that they want so bad to be a part of. Don't block no. We don't talk about her absolute at all. But it's okay. Every bitch got a day to have a moment. They're streaming. New subscribers in the building. Welcome to Netra Talk. On Netra Talk, you see so many different things come and go on. Over here on Netra Talk, you see us take trips. You see FOE touch the grass. You see us give out money. You see us make people famous. You see us streamed on all platforms. It's us, Netra Talk and FOE. So today, we want to welcome you to our channel. Welcome to our channel. We run this shit. FOE, I want to first give a shout out to you for doing your big one. We have stuck through. Do you hear me? We are the shit of TikTok. Netra Talk. Columbia is still streaming. That's AJ, y'all. AJ has came back on 6 pages today with the same pink bonnet on.
You mad?
The preview is only, I went to my page, the preview does not last for the whole live. They making up pages and sitting on the outside. They're buying subscriptions. When you go to this page over here, the preview doesn't last long.
I haven't bought a subscription.
So it's not the preview,
Only one,
it's the thirst.
Only bought one
It's the
subscription and you blocked it, Netra.
Because she's over there with her. Hold on. It is the thirst. Previews are...
That's how you get away. When they think they put out an APB on you, she's in a pink bonnet.
So I'm in here and I'm fixing to see how long they gonna stay in because me and Good Yellow got time. So let's see. Y'all forgive us while we bore the shit out of somebody.
Please forgive us.
Forgive us. Forgive us.
Thank you,
Forgive us.
Okay, because we've had 2 hours of fun with them, so why not? They paid to watch me. Okay, so it hadn't calmed down. It's been about 30 seconds. I'm still up. Y'all give us a second. Okay? Yes, honey. Okay, so Good Yellow, we might have to shut down again. They are dehydrated. Let's make them. Because it didn't go down and I know it's been. So I need to carefully go through here and turn off the previews because they're still able to watch Good Yellow. We want them bitches to sweat.
Oh my God.
Dizzy.
Dizzy. Oh, hold on.
What don't old people understand?
So they have to subscribe.
No.
So I was fixing to shut down again. But, hear me out. They paying y'all. You see that? That's what it does after a minute. It says subscribe to enjoy the entire live. They just finding a way in here. They thirsty. They're dehydrated. Let's feed these bitches till they want no more.
Well, where the food at? Come on, girl. We just want to know.
You can see the comment.
Yes, food I
But you
seen
have to get
on
in.
Google.
They're paying to get in.
No, I'm not.
Can we go
Block
ahead and
that
knock out
page.
the live goal? Continue to subscribe to the channel that everybody loves to watch. Grab your daily heart meals and let's just get this over with. Netra Talk is on. It ain't nothing we can do about it. Am I right or wrong, nephew?
You're right. You damn sure right.
Nothing I can do about it.
Thank you for the subscription.
So we're gonna boppity bop 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 up to 100K. Thank you for live goal achievements.
Thank you.
They're on our time today, so we might be here a little time. Okay. We got time. Good Yellow, how's your meal too? How's your mental nephew?
Mano is doing great. I'm doing great. You know, I went to work, came home, cleaned up, had me a sip of wine, got my breakfast. I'm great.
Thank you. Thank you for doing this interview. It is an exclusive interview. Might get a little X-rated. I told the people. And I do appreciate it.
Thank you, Tasha. Y'all, thank you, commenter. Thank you, Tasha. Y'all spam the finger hearts, please.
I did that, Glam. I've been doing that. I don't know what page they streaming on, baby.
A throwaway that you'll
So
never find.
I too will be joining you in a couple of your extracurricular activities on today. And I'm going to be asking you some questions. You do not have to answer any questions that will be asked. I told you this morning, if you're going to give anybody any exclusive, be in a place where you can be comfortable and tell your side of the story. Increase the price because FOE already in here, they said. Thank you to those that support Good Yellow. And that has been here for him and has not torn him down through this. Good Yellow. I received a phone call about 15 minutes ago from Leola, and everybody knows Leola.
Y'all, the live goal.
Leola
Thank y'all for
has
riding the wave of the
asked
subs, y'all.
if from Shaded, because she has been working with Shaded for a year. She is wanting to know, let's let him come back.
Yeah.
She is wanting to know if you or we can be considerate of her feelings and her mental when releasing this information. So I don't know how you feel about that,
Thank you,
but I say put it on the flow.
Put it on the floor then.
The same mental that she had today, she had yesterday.
Okay, so with that being said, the same mentor that she had when she played that phone call and she showed all the messages is the same mentor she has right now.
Okay.
So let's put this shit on the floor.
Okay.
Okay. Good Yellow, let's start.
JJ, top of page 248.
Whether on or off the internet, your first encounter with Shaded by Slay was when?
And it was in one, I believe it was either your live or Auntie Tracy live. I added her and said she was beautiful.
Okay. So you added her in the comment section and told her she was beautiful. What was her response?
I believe her response was thank you. I appreciated it or something. It was something to that nature.
Okay. How did y'all get to, let's just cut the shit, phone numbers?
She didn't ask you what happened.
Phone
She asked you
number.
Y'all get to the phone number.
when was the
So
question.
we were talking on TikTok until about March 5th, I believe. I believe it was March 4th or 5th. And I asked her if we can take it off TikTok and we can exchange numbers. And she agreed. And so she sent me her number and I texted her.
Okay, so you met her at Tracy's or at the mansion,
Right.
and what month was that?
That was about February.
So y'all talked through messages from February to say early part of March.
Right.
Okay, you asked for her phone number. She gave you her number,
Yes.
and you said you text her.
Uh-huh.
Okay, you text her. How long did y'all just text?
You said, wait, repeat that question?
How long did y'all just have a text and communication on the phone, from the app to the phone to text?
Wait, I don't get your question. What, you asking
Did
how
y'all
long?
have a time where it was only text messages before the talk? I'm trying to do a
Before the
time.
TikTok? Before the TikTok messages?
No, the TikTok messages came.
Right, that was first.
She gave you her phone number,
Yeah, and then we moved to the phone.
and then y'all moved to text messages.
Yes.
How long did y'all communicate through text messaging?
Okay, we communicated, let me see, for about 3 months, I believe.
Okay. Were there any phone calls with the text messages?
Yes, hundreds of phone calls and FaceTimes, hour long. We slept on the phone, woke up on the phone.
Okay. Now I'm finna go deep. So we know that you become, and I do believe it came out one night on my live when you said you had never had a relationship on a level with anybody. And it came out that you had been seen or whatever in a relationship with a man. So you came out and you told your story about that incident of you being with a man, right?
Uh-huh. Yep.
Question. How long? No, another question. Were you living with this man when you and Shady by Slay started talking?
No,
You were not living with this man.
no.
Okay. So now you're in a talkative relationship with Shaded by Slay. How long? While in this relationship with her, did this man return? Y'all, I'm cutting the chase on a lot of stuff.
Did he
How long
return?
before this man came back to live with you while you were talking to
Well, when
Shady?
did he leave?
I believe it was maybe a few weeks into talking to Shaded.
So that's gonna be February.
Yeah, somewhere at the end of February, the beginning of March, I believe.
Okay, so February, beginning of March. Now, this the same time that you said that you and Shady started talking.
Right.
The question was how long after you and
So when
Shady?
you started talking to Shady, you let your ex move back in the house.
Yes.
Okay. Just cut the shit. You started talking to her and he came right back. How long was he gone?
I don't know exactly how long he was gone, but he was in a different state and came back and then, didn't have a place to live, so I let him stay in the
Over that echo.
But I don't know exactly how long he was gone.
Okay. Okay, so you saw Shaded at Tracy's beginning of February, basically somewhere in February. Also, your ex moves in the home with you in February while you're talking to a woman. Did you tell Shay
No, I did not.
this man moved in?
Oh, yes, I did. I did tell Shay, but I told her that my brother moved in and not my ex.
Okay, so you deceived her.
In the beginning, yes, I did.
You did. Why didn't you tell her the truth in the beginning?
The reason I didn't tell the truth is because I would have to tell him that that this is my girlfriend and like I don't want you disturbing none of this. And from past experiences with this guy, he's very dangerous when he's seeing me move on. So my goal was to hide it from both of them, so they wouldn't know. Hide it from him, so he wouldn't know I was talking to her, and get upset and destroy my house and stuff like that.
So you were deceitful to two different people, him and her.
Yes, I was.
Okay. Thank you for being honest. Let's get the taps up, y'all. So you know that's wrong.
Yes.
You know that's wrong. Auntie got to tell you the truth.
Yes.
Because she deserved to know from the jump if you were ever interested in a man. And no, that should have been a decision in the beginning.
And I gotta correct that. I wasn't interested in a man. I was just helping him out. There was no relation at all. And you can even hear that in the phone call that she played. He said there was no relations, there was none of that. I wasn't interested in a man.
Okay.
I was repaying a favor that he had done for me when I didn't have nowhere to go. And so I let him move in my basement.
Okay, but do you think that even though you say y'all were no longer in a relationship, do you feel as though at some point she should have known that it was a time where you were with the man, or do you feel like this is something that's not owed to somebody that you're dating?
Exactly. In the beginning, I felt a strong reserve with majority of my personal information because I was made known that she used to be a blogger, or was a blogger, and I could be being set up, and so I was very reserved with what I told her in the beginning.
Okay, so you said in the beginning you didn't tell her because you wanted to be reserved. So you heard she was a blogger and you didn't want to tell her. So tell me this, you did tell her in the beginning that this so-called man wasn't your brother.
Right.
You said because of protection for her, because how he acts. As your brother, was there ever a time where he dispersed the way that you were trying to keep her protected from? In other words, did he ever come in the house as a brother, acting a fool, causing chaos, and she got to see your brother have this type of behavior? Was there ever a time?
My phone started ringing from the last part. You said she what?
Was there ever a time where she got to experience the brother be disruptive?
Yes.
Okay. So the brother being disruptive, you're on the phone with her. Does he know that you're on the phone with a woman?
Yes.
That you're interested in?
Yes.
Okay. So now I have a question for you on this part. When did he become known to him that Shay was a woman that you were engaging with and shown interest in?
It came quick. It came really quick. I mean, maybe after like a week of him staying in my house, because her and I was always on the phone, and like I would leave my phone places while she's on speakerphone, and we'd be talking and stuff. And so, yeah, it came quick.
How if he was in the basement?
So now he knows, and you said that she knew. Because I got to tell you, I was under the impression that she found out by shock. Could you elaborate on that? Did you tell her, or did she find out from shock? Did you tell her, good girl, or did she find out from shock?
I told her, and I didn't tell her like, okay, this is this. It came. She was having a conversation. We was having a conversation about TikTok and something that had happened in the panel. And she said she seen my pictures up, and I said, why would they have my pictures up? And she was like, they were talking about you like men and that. And I was like, yeah, I used to ramble in that life, And she stopped, paused, and she didn't say anything, and we just moved on to the next subject. And then when her and I was on FaceTime later on that day, the ex became very, very disruptive, and I left her on FaceTime so that she would be able to see what I had been telling her. I left her on FaceTime, and she heard everything, seen everything, and so she knew. And I kind of told her about my past in conversation, but not like a main subject, but like I told her like I used to ramble in that life, and she paused, which I thought maybe she was taking it in, and maybe we was gonna have a conversation about it, but we just moved right on.
So, question, and listen. So y'all never had a direct conversation, but you told her that after you said she saw the pictures. I'm sure it's the pictures that Glock wants exposed. So question, did Shaded by Slay know that you dabbled in this lifestyle before the birthday party?
Yes.
Do you have any evidence, any proof that she knew that you dabbled in that lifestyle before the birthday party?
Well, I don't record phone calls and stuff because I just wouldn't have a reason to, but we had phone calls in relations to having sex. And so our plan was to do that when I got there. And so when I was at the airport, we had the conversation about who I ever had sex with, who, and she never asked nothing about my sexuality or none of that. But we had the conversation before the birthday party.
So you told her that you had slept with a man at the airport?
Yes.
Okay, so I have a question. This is deep. So
She was gonna go deep.
I got to ask the truth because every woman deserves to know, regardless whether it was, to me, whether it was an ex relationship or it's a now relationship or you still dipping. She has a right to know from the rip, to me. But if you say your defense is, well, I didn't tell her in the beginning because I heard she was a blogger and I needed to know how serious she was, then I'm going to lean, it's still 80-20, but I can give you that 20% that you wanted to see how she was going to move. So let's move on down the road. You're in the airport, you tell them. You said, now in the airport, if she came to you, Good Yellow, and she said, hey, what's this? You used to be with a man and you said, I dibbled. I find that kind of hard to believe that she saw that in shock and she never addressed it, didn't acknowledge it, just you said, yes, I done it. So are you stating that when you said, yes, I dibbled, she had no response for you?
She didn't say anything back. She didn't say a word. She didn't say a word to me.
Okay, moving forward. So April comes. It's time to have the birthday party. Okay. I don't know what's going on with this. Okay. It's time for the birthday party. Y'all get to the airport. Y'all done had some more conversation. I remember at one time you were talking about moving to Dallas with Shaded by Slay. We get to Dallas. Y'all are dressed alike, same colors, pink and green. What happened? Were you with her Friday? Did y'all spend a night together? Were you with Shaded by Slay?
That Friday. I believe that was Friday.
Saturday you was loose as a goose. Don't get me started.
Yeah. So that was Friday then.
Okay, that was Friday. You spent the night with Shaded. Did you stay at Shaded's home? Did you and Shaded go to the hotel? Where did you and Shaded stay?
Well, Shada actually checked into my hotel the day before I got there because she needed to do like nails and stuff, and so I paid for an extra day so that she could be able to have a spot close enough to the venue to do nails and whatnot. So she was already there.
Okay. Did Andre, now you live with Andre, you said a friend came back to stay and that you were helping him out. That friend turned out to be your ex. Did Andre know that you were going to Dallas to be with another woman as well as the birthday party?
No, he did know I was going to the birthday party because, he hear me on TikTok every single day. So, he didn't know I was going to the birthday party, but he didn't know. I didn't share, I'm not liable to share my plans or anything with him. So I didn't feel the need to. He just knew that I was going to Auntie's 50th birthday party and when it was.
Okay.
Baby, this is
So, Good Yellow, you once stated when this came out on the platform, and it seems as though you were exposed by the gentleman. You stated that there was a code that you would use. Who was that code for? Was the code for Andre, or was the code for Shaded by Slay?
Well, the code was for Shaded by Slay. It was her, not code word for when I was in the presence of him, or he was around, or you know what I'm saying. And so I will say it, or I text it to her so we don't say certain things, or she'll probably just hang up, and you know what I'm saying. So.
Okay. So when did you meet her mom? Was it at the birthday party, or was it before?
What was the word? And how did you explain to her that why your brother would need a code word?
I gotta get a little deeper. I'm going deep in my travels. So this guy lives with you, and there comes a time, and I might go back and forth and cover some. And come
what
back
was the certain things y'all couldn't say?
You went to jail.
Yes.
And we heard the man come up on this page and go off. Mad in the background. We cannot say that we do not remember that night. He called himself exposing you. That's the night we found out that Andre was still,
thank you for the
or was living with you, not still, but living with you. So we hear this man in the background say some words about you sucking and y'all just fucking, and it was right after the birthday party. Shaded by Slay said that she did not know that was your man, your lover.
Spam the finger hearts, y'all.
And the guy was exposed.
Oh my God, it only got an hour left, y'all.
That night to us.
It's just finger hearts.
Okay, so Andre is the type of dude where he want a lot of attention from me, even though I'm not in that lifestyle no more. You know what I'm saying? He still want the attention, the acknowledgement from me in my life. And so I guess he had enough of me not acknowledging him and being on TikTok and not never speaking to him or saying, hey, my friend Andre here. Like, I don't know why he would want me to acknowledge him on TikTok, but that's what he want. He want me to say, hey, my friend Andre here. Meet my friend Andre, And so, because he felt left out of my life. And so he felt the need, to kind of just say what he wanted to say to make people, to grab people's attention, for y'all to know that there is a man still with me. Because Andre believes that I'm living a double life. He believes that I'm living with a man in real life, and I'm living a woman on TikTok. And that's not what it is. He wants to be relevant in my life because of my attributes and who I am as a man. And I was just helping. And we had came to that agreement that he would stay in the basement and we don't eat, we came to that agreement. So as he lived here, days and days, he began to get jealous and I guess real angry because I would be talking to her so much and be on TikTok so much and not acknowledge him or show him any attention. And so any opportunity he got, he would like if I'm on the phone with a friend, he'll come and say, you a stupid ass bitch, or you always on the phone with your, or if I'm on the phone with my sister, he'd cuss her out, or what I'm saying, just to get the attention in my life. And and it's always been like that. And I thought that when he had came back from being out of town, that he was just gonna be here in 2 weeks, he said, but in that 2 weeks, he just, yeah.
So it's not Andre FOE, Andre, y'all downstairs. I know Andre is here. That's our brother, Andre. My triplet, that's FOE's brother. It is not that Andre, y'all. So when you see Andre, that's not Andre that we are questioning or speaking of.
Hey,
So
somebody tell me what y'all know about Andre. That's why I set y'all free.
Is
Tell me
Andre
what y'all
still
know about
living
Andre.
in the home with you?
No, he's not. No.
Okay. So let's talk about Andre feeling like you living a double life.
Yes.
Would you say, is it fair to say that if she knew nothing in the beginning, that it does seem as though you were living a double life and that you were mainly saving yourself and because you were being deceitful to both Andre as well as shaded by Slade. So in the beginning, is it safe to say that it did look like you were living a double standard life?
You know, perception could be reality, but that's not what I was doing. I was just merely helping.
I said it looked as though.
Yeah, that's what I said. Perception could be reality. The way people perceive it could be reality. You know, but in my truth, in Dion's truth, I wasn't. I know what God has done for me. You know what I'm saying? And I don't play with that. I stand in my truth. I do. It has been so much temptation with him living with me, which I knew it was going to be. But God has given me the strength to keep pushing every day. I'm never at home. I'm always at work. He made a way for him to be here without me being able to see him and him only being able to get a hold of me when I'm asleep. And that's how he always got a hold of my phone. But, you know, I stand in my truth. I didn't live a double life, even though perception could be reality.
Okay.
Oh my God.
So let's catch up. So Dion is good yellow. Andre is the ex. And Shaded by Slay is the one that brought this to the internet to this degree. We have made it through the first half of this interview in good yellow. Perception is everything. And it did look as though in the beginning, good yellow might have been living a double life. Temptation was there, but he was fighting demons. So at the end of the day, I will have to say, Shaded by Slay had every right to feel like she felt in the beginning, deceitfulness. But we must fast forward to where we are right now with the car, with the coming out, and what are we doing here? So good yellow, you go to jail. There is a recorded phone conversation that's Shaded by Slay.
Y'all want to stay free? Let's meet this goal before it ends. It ain't nothing but 5 cents, y'all.
In that recording, you went to jail. Is this the night that me and Javon and I think Kevin Brown, is this the night of exposure that you went to jail when the guy came up on the platform and you were upset and all of that? Is this the night or is this something different?
No, there's something different.
Okay. So the night in question, Shaded by Slay knew that there was a man at this point because you stated that she said pictures were up. But we know she knew because of her coming on my platform and we talked about it. We talked about you living a double life. We talked about it. Shaded by Slay knew. She disappeared. We have not seen her. I haven't until last night. Let's talk about the separation. He said he does not still talk to Andre. Guys, I will tell you, I did receive a message from Andre several weeks back, and I'll tell you about that in a little bit. Let's move forward to after the platform incident and Shaded by Slay found out, she states, that Good Yellow's brother is not his brother. She found out that Andre is Andre and that Good Yellow was in a relationship with Andre. Good Yellow, after that incident, how long was it before you heard from Shaded by Slay? And did she contact you or did you contact her?
I released it. I heard from her. Shoot, as soon as I got out, I think she got me. Yeah, there was no lapse there was no gaps in time.
So hear me out. Y'all broke it up by the trip
Right.
that Friday. You met the mom. Y'all took pictures together at the birthday party. Y'all spent a day of the weekend together. But then that Saturday, you said that you all broke up because she was upset. She was upset. What was she upset about? And how long was that breakup if there was never a lapse? Because Andre popped up or when she found out whatever. So how long was the breakup before the pop-up back to the communication line?
Okay, so like I stopped talking to her a few times. Shoot, when that Andre situation happened, we didn't miss a beat. You know what I'm saying? I ended up stopped talking to her because some other stuff that happened to her and she went through it and she kept saying that I was being a trigger. And I'm like, damn, you know, everything I do is a trigger. You know what I'm saying? Everything I say is a trigger for you. And so I was like, I'm just going to step back. You know what I'm saying? No, I'm sorry. That's the second time. The first time was she felt like FOE was against her and I didn't protect her. And she felt like I let y'all FOE rip her apart in the comments and in a few lives. And so I told her that I didn't see that, you know what I'm saying? And I was just being honest. And she couldn't take that truth. And so I told her, like, well, you might as well just stop talking because I'm not going to be for FOE. Like, that's my family. I'm not going to do that for no reason. And so we stopped talking. That was short. That was about maybe a week or so.
Okay, so y'all stopped talking for about a week?
Yeah, on that first occasion about her telling me I'm not defending her against y'all.
Okay, so let's get a good bop break in. Let's get a bop break in. I'm getting my next thought process together while we bop up to 100K. Some things are irrelevant to this case, and I will not question if that's okay. Can we bop? I know it's good to y'all. And
Thank you, Haley. Thank you.
I will pick out some questions from the audience that I feel like would be relevant. Pillow talk is not relevant. When people feel like they got a spouse, a mate, somebody that they can talk to, you don't expect for it to come back out. So pillow talk, I care less about. Like, I tell Curtis shit all the time about some people. It is what it is. Curtis ain't gonna come back here and tell y'all. So.
Hey, neighbor, how you doing?
Okay. So, good yellow. Let's get back into it. Come on, people. 100K. Bop, bop, bop. Let's get back into it. So we determined that you were wrong. Every person deserves to know. Will you be honest leading out? And I do have a question. Did T-Money know your situation before you started talking to T-Money?
Like my past is what you're saying?
Your past.
I don't think so. T-Money. I don't know. I don't think she knew. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think she knew.
Okay, so T-Money did not know. So now we have another situation with another woman that you start off talking to that you did not tell that you have a past of you being in a relationship with a man. When did T-Money find out that you had been with a man? Yo, Meek.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you repeat that, Auntie, please?
When did T-Money learn that you had been in a relationship with a man?
Auntie, I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I can't remember me and T Money. I don't know. I ain't gonna lie. I'm not even gonna put a date on that. I don't.
Okay.
They're disgusting.
Kiana,
Okay,
we
okay. So T
chewing
Money
and
said it was after the
snacks
birthday
mute.
party, and that's when she found out.
After the birthday party.
T Money said after the birthday party.
So, is there a reason why you didn't start off telling her the truth if you had went through those circumstances with another woman?
But you was
just
talking to Shady about
recently,
Slay at the birthday party.
within a month apart? Is there a reason why you didn't lead that as your trust?
I believe I was under the impression that T Money had knew. I don't remember what made me not mention it to T Money because I trusted T Money immensely. So I don't know why I wouldn't have just confided in her and told her. But I don't know. We were just comfortable, and just she didn't worry about my past. It wasn't a big deal to her for her to dig in my past, and I didn't ask her about hers. So we was just real good friends and we wanted to hang out and stuff. So we didn't dig deep into each other's past. We did have some talks, but we didn't get to that level of. Of me, she didn't want to know. She didn't make it a big deal. She didn't say, "Hey, I seen you," or I was in the past. She didn't.
Y'all, we got less than 1,000 left, like 900.
She wasn't
y'all.
patient, or she wasn't trying to dig in my history.
Okay, so now I'm back on Slay. You and Slay started back communicating according to the messages that we saw last night, a few messages. A message about her getting a card for you. How did that transpire? How did y'all start back talking? And were y'all talking on the level again of a relationship? Because I heard her say last night it's hard to let go. So after the fact that she finds out about Andre, the exposure is out. She knows that you had this double life, even with her.
Petty on demand.
How did y'all get back connected on the level of you to get a car and it's hard for her to let go? Could you explain that?
Okay, I believe she saw me on TikTok one day and messaged me and told me to unblock her. And I unblocked her, and I think we told each other we miss each other, and we just started talking. She didn't want to read. No, she called me. And I was trying to rehash and go back from where we was at. But she didn't want to talk about that. She just wanted to keep moving and not talk about no past or nothing. So we just started talking, and it just went from there.
Do you have any proof of these messages, of her reaching back out? Any proof that there was another ongoing relationship with you all after the fact? Y'all about to screen the 200K. We are here at Netra Talk today, coming live with you with an explicit interview. We have T Money coming up in just a few minutes. If you all will be patient with us. We talked this morning, so T Money is not shocked that her name came up.
Thank you, girl.
Please, thank you for the subscriptions. In my Slim Guard voice. Hey, Nephew Duffy. Slide on in here, nephew. I went down on the fees for my family, but we not giving up shit no more for free. We doing it already on somebody, but it's costing them because they've been on my 10 pages. Good Yellow. Is there any evidence that Shaded by Slay picked up after knowing that you have been with a man?
He on teacup. Maybe he looking. I'll show y'all if anything
of you
come
all
up.
continuing to go back into a full-fledged relationship? You can hear sometime on teacup. This is good to me. Get your clank, your drink, and your breakfast. Okay? You heard it here first. Now I do have some questions for him. And if we've learned the lesson, we're not being honest from the beginning. You gotta let people know, y'all. Live in your truth. Now, when he come back, because I don't know if he getting evidence, but we gonna love Good Yellow regardless. What we can't love is somebody that lives a double life. But this is your life and God's decision on which way he turns. I just respect somebody that will live in their truth, because no woman wants to, because I know me, no woman wants to follow up behind that unless you agree to it. You got to start this out. Good Yellow, I hope you learn that in the beginning, you got to lead with this, nephew. If you ever want to know how to live a respectful life, lead with it. Set these women down and say, look, baby, I got a past.
Understood. I understand that, Auntie. But what about my comfortability level? Like, what if I'm not at the stage of comfortability where I feel like I can express that to this person yet? You know what I'm saying? Like,
Well, let me tell you what you got to do.
Oh.
You got to pray and ask God to give you that comfort level from the start, because if you choose to live in it, you got to be comfortable with the decision that you make.
Yeah,
there's not a date on it, because then it becomes betrayal. Then it becomes nobody can trust you. So you got to always be comfortable in the decisions that you make in this life. You can't get involved. You got to be able to come out and say, there was once a part of me that I lived, and I want to start out with this. She gonna either accept it and move forward with you, or accept it to back away. But it has got to be her choice that she keeps in that relationship. You cannot be deceitful in no form or fashion, because you won't get respect. So, nephew, you got to lead with it. You got to. You got to lead with it, nephew. When you know you're interested, it's okay to be truthful about what your past used to be. One thing about it, they can't turn your truth up.
That's right.
You can only move on and find somebody that's going to accept you for everything that you've been through, every flaw, every misunderstanding, every disappointment, every embarrassment. Somebody will accept you when you tell the truth. Right. And that's just my 2.2 to give you as we go down this journey of exposure, as people think. But always lead with the truth, nephew. Ain't nothing wrong with leading with the truth.
And Auntie, it's not even that I'm not telling the truth. It's that I'm being reserved, because I'm picking and choosing who I share my information with. And, you know, and sometimes it could cost me because I could wait too long. You know what I'm saying? So I understand. I totally understand.
Well, what would you rather look like? Deceit or truth?
Truth. Absolutely. Truth. Nothing but truth. Nothing but truth.
Live in your truth. So let's move forward. I asked you if you had any evidence of Shaded by Slay knowing the truth and her continuing the relationship. Is there anything that can give that she knew and kept going?
Yeah. I'm gonna post this little screenshot right. This is a screenshot of her telling me she is having a phone conversation with Andre on her other phone, and that she is going to, get all her stuff together and evidence. But this is at the moment that she actually told me that she knew.
I ain't never lied on you. Damn sure I ain't never lied to you, and damn sure didn't lie on that panel, bitch.
She said, I ain't never lied on you. Damn sure I never lied to you, and damn sure didn't lie on that panel, bitch. And I said, you really acting like you didn't know. Why we had cold words? Bro, you wild as fuck. I can't believe you just did that, Smith. You know my past and what I was going through. And I know you was recording and keeping receipts for shit like that.
Sorry, y'all. This was important.
Not try. Damn.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, you don't have to crop. Go back and crop. Forgive us, y'all. Y'all bought the screen. They might get him. They might.
Okay, y'all, this a new message. They got Andre number, y'all. I just got it off that thing.
That was an accident. I wasn't even paying attention. I'm too busy trying to read.
It was Andre number.
I'm sorry. I did not mean that.
I'm sending it to you. Can you message him and see if he can come over here?
But this is right after the next thread up, because on that day I stopped sharing my location and everything. But then June 2nd, we had talked.
The Winslows
TikTok.
share.
And I couldn't find our message.
So in his number, message the number and just say at Booker AJ. Go there now. At Booker AJ. Go share your story now.
She said, yeah.
Message the
number.
number.
This is where our conversation.
What does that say? I can't read it.
I said, you got my message? She said, yeah. I said, how you been doing? She said, I'm good, thank you. How are you?
June 2nd.
I said, I'm doing great, washing clothes and getting ready for work. She said, glad to hear. I said, how are you after that situation? She said, what situation? I said, between you and I that landed us here. And that last part said, I can't even see that last part.
June 2nd.
I can't either.
Thank you, Mick.
The code words were the words that he stated earlier in the live that
Y'all,
they had code words.
Let's finish the live goal. It's almost over.
So that's what he's talking about in that message. Only she will understand that. He said that they had
thank you, Winslows.
Code words. Now, Good Yellow, there's more to that thread where you accidentally just showed the phone number.
Share the link to this live to him.
To follow up with that text message because I would like to know what was her response when you said you act like you didn't know. And whose phone number was that? Because they said they're calling that phone number right now. Boy, these bitches
that was
is
Andre.
thirsty. They thirsty. Say it. They thirsty. You know they calling it.
Oh, it might be Good
AJ
Yellow
is
number.
calling it.
I ain't calling shit.
Girl,
I'm chilling.
when I say this is the thirst of all thirst traps, they call it Andre. It's sad. No life. I hope it's a text now number. Girl, that's sad. Good Yellow, whose phone number was that?
Good Yellow keep going on pause. They Andre calling her like his phone.
In my life, seen no chick like this.
I've been sitting here. I didn't get no number. Y'all get
dehydrated.
Look how y'all get me in trouble. Finish this live goal. Look at how y'all getting me in trouble. I didn't even do nothing. Good Yellow doing an interview with this man named a gazillion times.
Desperate.
We desperate. Good Yellow put the man number on the TV. I didn't.
Andre done already reached out to me.
And if Andre hear how you caping for Good Yellow, he would go nowhere near you, bitch.
He reached out a month ago.
And you ain't have shit for him because you love Good Yellow.
But I ain't that thirsty.
No, because you know better, because you know he finna out Good Yellow, but we gonna let him do it over here.
For me.
That ain't thirst.
I'm not that thirsty.
You want to let Good Yellow sit here and lie, but Andre can't come tell the truth.
Other people do.
Oh, okay.
The haters. Let them expose themselves to how dehydrated they are. But he reached out to me a while back.
And you did nothing with it because you don't give a fuck about it.
No life.
That means he been trying to tell you he been living with Good Yellow and Good Yellow living a double life, and you didn't give a fuck. And now you up here letting Good Yellow spin it as just simple deceit and say this man was his ex and they wasn't sleeping together, and you don't got nothing. You don't want to hear nothing Andre got to say.
Big T-Mac and not the little.
Mm-hmm. Y'all think y'all slick. Y'all
Good Yellow, whose phone number was that? Nephew?
Okay, sure.
Yeah.
He getting calls.
You know exactly who number it was.
Excuse me, y'all. I'm just smacking my gum. Hold on. He's still not going to expose. It's sad. They calling. I hope to God that I never ever look this thirsty.
Oh my God, girl, just get on with the interview. My pen drying out. You're doing too much. Get a new piece of
On the
gum,
internet.
child. Stop.